Welcome to another episode of This Stays Between Us. This is Crystal.
And I'm Marissa.
I didn't start this rumor. I'm just spreading it.
Hey, we love the tea. Welcome to our inner circle.
Have you seen the 7-part series that's going viral about Hailey, Bieber, and Selena Gomez?
Yes, I have.
All right. So, basically, if you haven't seen it and are, in fact, living under a rock,
Or without TikTok.
which is living under a rock. Just kidding. I respect it. It is basically a series about how Hailey... There's some, odd similarities of Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez, and basically how Hailey Bieber has been copying Selena with the purpose of attracting Justin Bieber and bagging him.
It sounded like murder.
Oh.
Bagging
Unintentional.
him. Yeah. I will say, at 12, I thought I was going to marry him 100%.
Didn't we all?
Oh, yeah. And then when he started dating Selena Gomez when I was younger, people would say a lot that we looked alike, and
Oh, that's true. That's
I,
your celebrity lookalike.
got it for real at an airport once, in Florida or something. Someone asked me if they could get an autograph, and I'm like, girl, be so for real.
It was never
that
I wish
close.
you went with it.
Me nowadays, I probably would have. At the time, I was just like, don't look at me, I'm gonna explode. Just any attention at the age of 13 was too much.
Probably poor choice of words for an airport.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. I feel like that's when bomb conversations start up, though. Because they're not supposed to.
Keep going. What are your thoughts?
What?
I said keep going.
I'm too embarrassed. Anyway, yeah, I think that... I don't know. Some of it I can excuse. Other things not so much. Some of it is kind of creepy. I will say some of those pictures that they had of him at concerts or doing interviews, and she's always just in the background. It was a little too much.
Behind a bush.
No.
Okay. Here, can I tell you what my thoughts are?
Yeah.
About this whole
please
thing?
do.
It's kind of within the realms of conspiracy, so bear with me here. We got a conspiracist over here.
Conspiracize.
Yes. Investigative journalism at its finest. I'm throwing that one around too much. Anyway.
Rumors.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's very odd that... Okay. I'm going to backtrack here. I hate seeing women pinned against each other.
Okay, I was ready to do it, but I got the direction. Okay. Just kidding.
And not to be virtue signaling, because boy oh boy have I been there,
Yeah.
But I feel like this narrative of Hailey Bieber versus Selena Gomez has been going on for so long. I feel like even, was it last year, there was a whole thing of what was it? Hailey Bieber had posted something, and it was just Selena Gomez's post, and I was all about that. I followed that pretty closely of how her and Kendall Jenner and all these girls were mean girling and all this stuff, and then it blows up again now. I think it's very odd, the timing of the 7-part series coming from a random account. It was that was the only thing that they posted.
Yeah.
Coming out at the same time that Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are releasing an album. And, yeah. And a lot of her, at least, maybe not a lot, but at least one of her songs, she is supposedly, allegedly quoting something that Hailey Bieber had said to her. Oh. So it's I don't know, but it almost smells like a publicity stunt.
It could be. Honestly, I need to stop believing everything.
But I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I
mean, they did have pictures, and some of the things were kind of creepy, but
yeah,
at the same time, it was so long ago that it is kind of tired that we're still talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and part of me is like, I don't
bring it up in a podcast.
I know. But it's like to me it's almost like even if all of that is true, I don't know if it is or not, that she's deliberately copying Selena Gomez. Like, all the evidence kind of points in that direction, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. But even if that is true, like, she's married now, you know, her and Justin have a baby together. Yeah. And at some point we need to kind of respect as like a society respect that Justin made his choice, whether he regrets it or not. Like, that's kind of his own thing. He made his choice. He's married. He's got a baby with this woman. And Selena Gomez is his ex, who is very happily engaged and rich. Yeah. And it's...
Rich? Oh. I don't know what that was.
I don't know either. Sometimes it just happens. It happened again.
Manifesting.
Yes. But I also think that there's like there's been sort of a I've heard this around the block of media of how, like, Justin Bieber is trying to get out of Hollywood. You know, he is
that makes sense. I mean, he seems that he's been, like, kind of over it. And it's got to be hard for your marriage, right? Even if you try to not let it affect you, that's got to be exhausting.
Yeah, and your family, like, now that he has a kid, you know, I feel like a lot of things change. Not that I have children, but I would assume, like, it gives you a different kind of perspective of life. And he's been a child star, and I'm sure he's tired of the attention, both positive and negative, that he gets, and now that his wife gets and his family gets. It probably gets to a point where it's just like, leave me alone, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, he even sold the rights to his songs, or maybe not the rights, but the royalties or whatever, for like several $1 million. But that just kind of like sounds like somebody who's over it and trying to step away, you know?
Yeah.
And so
suck it for what he can and just leave.
Yeah. And I've heard rumors of them, like him and Hailey Bieber, wanting to move to somewhere in like Europe or something, just like
privacy
that makes sense. And yeah. And so I don't know. I think it's I again, maybe it's more on the conspiracy side of things, and I would be so curious to hear from you or other people, like,
yeah, what they think.
Prove my theory wrong, you know, like, why is that not true?
I think a couple of things to it too. Isn't Selena Gomez like the most followed person on Instagram? She has a huge platform. I would argue like Taylor Swift level of like fans, like fanatic, like obsessed.
Yes.
That like people would do the work for her too.
Yeah.
Like, she's back in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like
it might not even be her like behind anything, but just people wanting to stir the pot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I think it's interesting. I mean, we were all obsessed with him growing up. Mm-hmm. If we had connections to get in there, we all would have.
100%.
Like, we would have been there.
And the Jonas Brothers and Harry Styles.
We would have taken any of them or
all of them
together.
Even Kevin.
Not Kevin.
We take Kevin.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like, even what we're blaming her for is like, some of the pictures and the videos were kind of creepy, but it's also like, she's just a kid.
She's just a kid.
Just there, like, and if you could afford to be there front row for everything, I would have been there.
100%. And it's, there's just a lot of, I don't know. Sometimes we think that because we want to support one woman or person, doesn't even have to be a woman, like a lot of times even a man.
Yeah.
And in order to support them, we have to kind of tear down like quote unquote enemy of theirs, you know? When it's like, are they even enemies? We don't even know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying though?
That was probably so long ago too now, right? Because when did they break up last? I don't even know.
I don't know.
10 years ago? Maybe?
Holy
Maybe
crap.
it hasn't been that long.
I don't know. Did Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber get married in COVID?
I think they got married before COVID.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time. And it is like, there's something to be said too about, there's like so many clips of Justin maybe not being the best to Hailey, you know? But even those clips, I don't know, everything can be taken out of context, you know?
And it's also like, when everything you do all the time is under a microscope or whatever, like, I've done so many idiotic things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm having a bad day. I've been rude when I shouldn't have been and I didn't mean to be or whatever. Yeah. But, like, if that's being recorded and then played over and over again, that's all you see. You're
gonna look like a bad person. Like, yeah. And, again, I honestly feel bad for Justin Bieber in a lot of ways. Like, I just can't imagine that kind of fame at that young of an age. And also, even just, he was part of the whole Diddy thing too, you know? Like, we don't
he didn't
know.
have anyone to protect him.
Yeah, and there's so many songs of his that he talks about things like that, and he's probably gone through different kinds of abuse, and so the way he reacts in certain scenarios is probably so different from the way we would, but because he's a person with trauma, you know? And it's weird to even say because he's so famous and he's rich and he's got so much going for him. But it seems like he had a very troubling childhood in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Coping with drugs and
yeah,
just rough.
And again, like, I think there's also something to be said about the fact he stepped away from the spotlight for, I don't know when this was, but for a while he stepped away. And when he came back, he was, like, had this deep belief in Christ, right? Like, he was a Christian and he was, like, turned his life around and all this stuff. And
trying.
Exactly. It just shows somebody who is really trying, who's found a belief in something greater, you know? Yeah. And that, I think it deserves, I respect it. It gets, I don't know how much that's worth, but he's got my respect. So, I don't know, that's kind of like, I think it is fun to speculate, and it's interesting to see, and it is kind of like weird to see that there are some things like the tattoo that Hailey got, you know, like like, I don't know, that's weird, and it's hard to be like, oh no, she didn't copy Selena, because what do I know, but
I think you also think, like, I don't know, she's, like, quite a bit younger than Selena, and, like, I don't know, I feel like I did things to copy Disney stars and, like, these people that were famous or whatever. Yeah. No one paid attention. Yeah. Or if they did, they were like, she's stupid. Whatever. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, a tattoo, I don't know why I said that weird. Tattoo is, like, kind of extreme. But, I mean, yeah. I feel like in some ways we're always copying what's cool and what people are doing.
Yeah, and
you want to be...
I just feel like there's a lot of missed context. And I feel like coming from the position of somebody who I've had my relationship questioned by people who don't know what's going on and who have no insight into my actual relationship, you know? And I know how frustrating that can be. And then to have that times a million.
Yeah.
And it's like a ton of people looking at these pictures and just drawing their own conclusions, and then that like just grows and grows and grows.
And you're a new parent, and you're trying to figure life out.
It's
That's
like,
a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I would be so done with it. I'd be like, leave me the fuck alone. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I would too.
Yeah.
It's kind of exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny too because I feel like Selena has come out like a few times. I don't know too much, but I've seen that she's come out a few times. Like they took a selfie together at one point.
Mm-hmm.
There was another point. I think she commented like a heart on something of hers, or like she's gone on her Instagram story and been like, "Hey, this is not what I'm about. Do not go send hate to other people."
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand like why people are picking up like their little torch, whatever, to just go after people.
Yeah, it's the whole like mob mentality is very interesting.
To be fair, sometimes I buy into it, but
look, me too.
I
have a pitchfork in the car.
Creepy. And I'm like, if I had the resources, would I have done it? 100%. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like she went to every concert. It's like, if I could have, I would have.
Yeah. No, and again, there are things that are kind of weird.
Yeah,
but
like, there's a line between like stalker and then the fan, but it's not to defend stalkers, but also like when you have the resources and you are a fan of someone, like when is that line crossed? You know,
right?
Outside of like what's illegal. Sure. But I mean, like, going to...
I just hear, like, I feel like the line is pretty thick.
I'm not saying, like, following them to their house or, like, whatever. But, like, going to every concert, buying, like, their merch or whatever. Like,
right, yeah, like, maybe we throw
online.
we throw the term stalker around like it's nothing.
Yeah, like, did she actually do something super creepy? Was she, like, parked outside of his house? Like...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did she conspire to like get into that like in between the relationship? I don't know. And maybe she did. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe she had like all the, that was like her one goal, and props to her for being able to do it, you know?
And something else that they said was like she kept on trying to go to the same places that he was at to run into him. Like, babe, same. Like, 6 years ago, there was like a Sundance festival, or maybe longer than 6 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But Zac Efron was going to be there, fully drove up with my friends, and we were trying to run into him because he was obviously going to marry one of us, and didn't work out. But
full body shaved.
fully prepared. Like, nails done. Like
you were ready.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like, not wearing heels because he's not that tall. Like, I was ready.
Girl, we've done that for men who aren't even famous. Let's be so for real right now. Like,
I know.
We all have, like, all us girls, like,
Yeah, I've definitely done less for, like, a 5 on a good day.
I've done less for less. Or I've done more for less.
Yeah.
No, like, it's so... That's, like... Sadly, like, it's normal behavior, like, when you're young and you have a big crush on a guy and you have access to where he is, like...
You're gonna go run into him.
Oh my gosh. It sounds so creepy saying it now, but, like, I mean, you know.
The thing is,
just
too,
girls.
is, like, how different is that from, like, someone you like from, like, your school and knowing he's gonna be at a party and so you want to go because, like, you might have a chance to talk to him. Like, it sounds worse sometimes than...
Yeah.
Because when you change the scenario or whatever, but similar idea, it's not that bad. It's like you're just trying to talk to that person, or like maybe you're like friends with someone who's friends with them and you're trying to get those friends to bring him or whatever. Like, haven't we done that so many times?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it'd be safe to assume that they were within like the same social circles.
Yeah.
You know,
Rich
Justin
kids.
and Hailey, yeah.
Yeah.
The rich kids' social circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, food for thought, you know? Maybe it's like... Maybe it is... She is just like a stalker fan, but I just don't see that as the reality of things. And I don't think anybody's losing sleep on it anymore.
And also, like, they've been together, I looked it up, they've been married since 2018. They've been married for a few years now. Like, if you don't like a person, they would have both been gone by now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a baby together. They're just trying to live their life, you know?
Even still, like, they both are financially secure enough that they could both leave that situation at any point.
Yeah. And be so okay.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Because, I mean, if they're not meant to be together, being together for the kid is probably not the answer either. But I'm saying, like, if they are together, it's probably because they want to be.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine how annoying it would be to be in a relationship where you're just hearing about your significant other's ex all the time.
Yeah.
Like, if people around me were talking about my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, it would be so annoying, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, they're broken up for a reason. We're together for a reason, you know? And it's,
yeah.
I almost, like, I've bought into Hailey being, like, a mean girl, and maybe she is. I'm not even saying that she's not. But
even horrible people can find love.
yes.
Mean girls also get married.
Yeah. We should advocate for love for mean girls. Yeah, I forgot where I was going. But
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, isn't there that whole, like, I cannot remember what this is from, but isn't that that whole thing where, like, the girl drops the handkerchief or whatever, and the guy picks it up, and then they meet, and it's a meet cute, but it's like the girl plotted it, the guy thinks it's his idea.
Yeah, like,
isn't that true for, like, so many things?
100%.
Even now, I have conversations with my husband, and I'm like, I'm gonna make you think this is your idea. I keep moving with it.
It's because us women, we're always one step ahead.
Yeah.
But men have the ego where we need to have them think they're the ones taking those steps on their own.
Yeah. Baby, you're so good at vacuuming.
Yeah.
And then they want to do it to impress you.
Yeah. You're so good at doing the dishes. Yeah. No, completely agree.
Yeah. Well, wish them luck. And, I mean, if I had a bunch of money, I would move away to
Yeah.
live a quiet life.
A quiet
my
life.
death or something and just get out.
Yeah. Yeah. All you need is a ton of money and a quiet little corner of the earth. That just sounds like a beautiful life.
Honestly, seriously, yeah. Live someplace where, like, you're just taking a little bike around your little place. No, actually, I need
A little e-bike.
Yeah.
We ain't doing exercise in this ideal world.
We're taking a golf cart. I can get behind that. All right, well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Stays Between Us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.